Principal of Pesantren, Kiai Haji Abdul Rashid Marhali LC, Honorable Chief of Madrasah Division, Dr. Randas Eridian Patrio Putra,
an honorable special guest today, Ms. Gina Karlin, an honorable Principal of Mts Al-Hamidiyah, Mr. Suyatno SSI MPD, and his vice, Mr. Asani, and Ms. Siti Andriani SSI.
Dear teachers and my beloved friends, first of all, let's thank to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has given us some mercies and blessings so that we can gather here in this place to have a great event, Meet with Native.
Salawat and salam, let's send to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has taught us the complete teaching of Islam.
My beloved audiences, we're standing here as Master of Ceremonies, and here are our agendas for today. The first agenda is the opening.
Second is reciting Al-Quran.
The third is welcome speech from the principal.
And the fourth is welcome speech from Director of Education.
The fifth is how to speak English confidently by Ms. Gina Karlin.
And the sixth is interactive dialogue with native.
And the last agenda is the closing prayer.
Let's open our agendas by reciting Al-Fatiha together, which is dedicated to our founder of Al-Hamidiyah, Kiai Haji Ahmad Sheikhu, and his wife also, Nyai Haji Siti Solha. And also may our agendas will run well. Al-Fatiha. The second agenda is reciting Al-Quran. To Muhammad Bayhaqi Kazam, the time and place is yours.
Sallu ala Muhammad.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. قال هذا فراق بيني وبينك سأنبئك بتأويل ما لم تستطع عليه صبرا السفينة فكانت لمساكين يعملون في البحر فأردت أن أعيبها وكان وراءهم ملك يأخذ كل سفينة غصبا وكان وراءهم ملك يأخذ كل سفينة غصبا صدق الله العظيم. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
thank you to Muhammad Bayhaqi Khazam for reciting the Quran. The third agenda is the welcome speech from our principal. To Mr. Suyatno SSI, MPD, time and place is yours. Sallu ala Muhammad.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillahilladzi an'amana bi ni'matil iman wal islam wa nusalli wa nusallim khairul anam. Asyhadu alla ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu la nabiyya ba'da. Rabbi sholli sodri wa yassirli amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli, amma ba'du. Puji syukur pertama-tama kita panjatkan kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa taala yang telah melimpahkan berkah rahmatnya sehingga pada kesempatan pagi yang cerah ini kita sama-sama bisa bersilaturahim di ruangan yang alhamdulillah sangat nyaman, Aula Mts Al-Hamidiyah, dalam rangka mengikuti kegiatan Meet Up with Native yang alhamdulillah sudah hadir di tengah-tengah kita bersama. Mudah-mudahan kegiatan ini bisa membawa manfaat, membawa keberkahan dan juga tambahan ilmu buat kita semua. Salawat dan salam kita haturkan kepada junjungan kita Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, kepada para keluarga sahabat yang mudah-mudahan kita termasuk umat yang telah memberikan ajaran beliau, amin ya rabbal alamin. Yang sama-sama kita hormati Direktur Pendidikan Yayasan Islam Al-Hamidiyah, Ibu Dr. Farida Wulan dari MPD. Yang sama-sama kita hormati Wakil Kepala Pengasuh Pesantren Al-Hamidiyah, Bapak Kiai Haji Abdul Rasid Marhali LC. Yang sama-sama kita hormati Kepala Divisi Madrasah, Bapak Dr. Desaridian Patrio Putro, Ibu Nur Samsiah, serta tamu yang kami undang pada hari ini, yaitu Miss Gina Karlin, welcome to Mts Al-Hamidiyah, serta seluruh Dewan Guru dan juga seluruh santri Madrasah Sanawiyah Al-Hamidiyah yang dirahmati Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Kami mengucapkan selamat datang kepada Miss Gina Karlin dari Mts Al-Hamidiyah Islamic Boarding School yang berada di Depok, Jawa Barat.
Welcome to Al-Hamidiyah Islamic Boarding School, Depok, West Java.
Mts Al-Hamidiyah adalah salah satu sekolah yang selevel dengan SMP pada umumnya. Namun kami mempunyai kekhasan dan kelebihan, yaitu mengajarkan ilmu agama Islam dengan lebih intensif serta pembinaan akhlak yang lebih baik dibandingkan dengan sekolah umum yang lain.
Mts Al-Hamidiyah School is at the same level as middle school or junior high school, but we have the superiority of teaching Islamic religion and good morality.
Mts Al-Hamidiyah dengan visi GREAT, yaitu giat, religius, edukatif, akhlakul karimah, dan terampil, mempunyai program unggulan yaitu STEAMI. Selain itu ada beberapa program unggulan yang lain, diantaranya adalah madrasah riset, kemudian sebagai core value dari pesantren Al-Hamidiyah adalah santri kitab.
The vision of Mts Al-Hamidiyah is great, which stands for Kegiatan or enterprising, religious, educative, akhlakul karimah or good morality, and terampil or skilled. Mts Al-Hamidiyah has flagship program named STEAMI, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Math, Montessori, and Islamic. There's also other flagship program like Madrasah Riset. And the core value from Al-Hamidiyah is Santri Kitab.
Kegiatan ini merupakan kegiatan lanjutan yang dilaksanakan oleh UIN Syarif Hidayatullah yang diselenggarakan oleh Lembaga pengembangan bahasa, yaitu program ELTT, English Language Teaching Training. Waktu itu dilaksanakan selama 6 bulan ya Bu Nur Samsiah, dari bulan Juli sampai dengan bulan Desember 2022. Dan program ini akhirnya diberi program lanjutan, yaitu mengundang native speaker ke Mts Al-Hamidiyah.
These activities is follow-up activities from the present program English Language Teaching Training ELTT from Center for Language Development in Syarif, Jakarta, which is followed by Miss Nur Syamsiah, one of the English teacher in Mts Al-Hamidiyah. That time, Mts Al-Hamidiyah sent her to participate for 6 months for July to December in ELTT.
Ya, kami dari keluarga besar Mts Al-Hamidiyah mengucapkan selamat datang kepada Miss Gina Karlin. Nice to meet you. Dan untuk anak-anakku semuanya, silahkan ikuti program kali ini dengan santai. Dan ini merupakan kesempatan buat kalian tanya jawab langsung kepada ahlinya, native speaker dari yang sudah kami datangkan ke sini, yaitu Miss Gina Karlin. Selamat mengikuti semua kegiatan. Terima kasih Bu Dr. Farida yang sudah mendukung program ini, Bapak Iridian, Pak Kiai Abdul Rashid, dan juga Miss Samsiah wabil khusus yang membawa tamu kita, wasilah dari beliau. Dan anak-anakku semuanya tolong diikuti dengan tenang dan semuanya berinteraksi dengan baik. Mudah-mudahan kegiatan ini berjalan dengan lancar dan membawa keberkahan buat kita semua. Itu saja yang bisa kami sampaikan. Terima kasih. Wallahumma muwaffiq ila aqwamit thoriq. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you to Mr. Suyatno for the speech. And the fourth agenda is welcome speech from Director of Education to Miss Dr. Farida Wulandari MPD. The time and place is yours. Sallu ala Muhammad.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Allahumma sholli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad. Salam sehat, salam hormat. Wakil Pengasuh Pesantren Al-Hamidiyah Bapak Kiai Haji Abdul Rashid, Kepala Divisi Madrasah Bapak Eridian, Kepala Sekolah SM Madrasah Sanawiyah Pak Suyatno dan Ibu dan Wakil dan Ibu juga Bahasa Inggris ya Ibu Samsiah, and special guest today Miss Gina Karlin. Kalau di bahasa Indonesia we used to call someone with Ibu Gina, the first name. Kalau di native language kita harus memanggilnya Miss Karlin. Boleh Gina Karlin, tapi mereka menggunakan keluarga biasanya family name, last name ya. Kalau di Indonesia biasa menyebutnya Ibu Gina gitu. Kalau di native-nya we call it Miss Karlin. Begitu ya Ibu? Saya panggil Ibu karena kita di Indonesia, tapi tetap kita menghormati language-nya. Thank you for having this moment, this activity, especially for MTS. This is beautiful moment. Thank you for coming. This is our honor to have you, Miss Karlin. And this is one of the program of the whole program in Madrasah Sanawiyah Al-Hamidiyah. Our vision is to make them having a good value in life, especially in Islamic value and in a very global citizenship value, and also they will becoming a person who are very professional in the student, such as they could learn a lot in Indonesian curriculum and also in kajian Islamic religion and knowledge as well. This becoming complete product a very special product from Santri. We call them with Santri because they are a student in pesantren as well. And in our pesantren, there are three major madrasah sanawiyah, which is low secondary level, and madrasah aliyah, high secondary level, and also kajian Islam. They are becoming in one unit. We call it Pesantren Al-Hamidiyah. And this special moment, we meet our beloved Santri from Madrasah Sanawiyah. I am a lecturer as well, and I read in your CV, you are very mastering in English for academic purposes and also English for specific purposes. And I'm teaching both of classes in university as well. So I'm glad meeting you here. And Santri, this is a beautiful moment to learn from a very native speaker, because language is not only about communicating, but also language is about how you write grammatically, structurally, according to the terms of English itself, and also you have to write in a good way. You need to speak in a good way as well, by having good pronunciation, articulation, and also the way you respect the culture of the language itself. Remember, the language is not only about writing, reading only, but also you have to learn the culture from the language itself. So we need to see the way they use English for their communication culturally. Now we combine with Islamic culture or something, so we need to respect all of different culture, different backgrounds, and different religions as well. This is the moment for you to show yourself, right? By having a good English, because you are becoming a global citizen one day. You need to meet people from different culture, different backgrounds. Hello, can I have your attention? Santri, girls? Girls? Thank you. All right, because this is a very special moment. You are here for only 2 hours, and you need to focus on the what is happening in this. All right, thank you for your attention. Right, so this program is not only the first and the last. I believe Al-Hamidiyah would invite some native speaker as well to be with us, to be a teacher for our Santri. And also we have kindergarten, we have playgroup, we have kindergarten, we have a junior high, we have madrasah sanawiyah dan madrasah aliyah, and also sekolah tinggi Al-Hamidiyah as a higher education. And we would like to have some more people to come, some native speaker to come to assist us developing our English in our campus. Right. So are you ready, Santri? Are you ready? All right. Show yourself. Then you believe yourself. Then you are the best. Not only the best in Al-Quran, not the best in math, not best at IPA or IPS, but also you have to be the best in language as well, in Arabic language, in English, and also in Bahasa and Al-Quran language as well. Have a good event and have a good learning from the very native speaker, Miss Gina Karlin. Thank you, Miss Gina Karlin. Thank you, everybody. Take care of yourself. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you to Dr. Farida for the speech. The 5th agenda is the speech or an English learning motivation from our special guest. To Miss Gina Karlin, time and place is yours. Sallu ala Muhammad.
I can use the other mic. Hello? Oh, it works. Good. All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here today with everyone. So today I'm going to talk about how to speak English more confidently. Okay? So just an overview of what we're going to cover. We are going to understand what speaking English confidently means. Okay, we'll discuss that. Then we'll learn some activities or tips to do outside the classroom that you can do by yourself, individually, or with your friends. And then we'll learn some activities to create at school. What can you do here at your school? Okay. So first, let me introduce you To myself, my name is Gina Karlin. I am currently working on a project with the U.S. Embassy here in Jakarta. So I've been in Indonesia since September, okay? But I'm originally from New Jersey, the USA. Does anyone know where New Jersey is?
Anyone know? Have you been there?
Well, New Jersey, this is a map. New Jersey is on the East Coast. Okay? Just south of New York. So if you've heard of New York in movies or music, it's south of New York. So very close to New York. And I have been teaching over 18 years and around the world. So Indonesia has not been my first country. Living abroad. I've taught in Japan, South Korea, Costa Rica, Panama, Brazil, and the UAE. Thank you for that. Thank you. So, with that said, some of my hobbies, I love actually traveling. That's obvious. I love to do yoga, and I love diving. So I am very excited to be in Indonesia because it has the best diving in the world, really. Round of applause. So, moving on. That's a little bit about me. And after the session, you can ask me any questions about myself or anything you want to know about me at the end. Okay? You'll have some time to ask some questions. Okay. So let's get started. So this is a funny thing. These are all cats. Who likes cats in here? Okay. Who hates cats? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Some of us are cat people. Some of us are dog people. It's up to you. I don't know. But I want to know, on a scale of cats, how do you feel about speaking English? Okay? Do you feel like a number one where you're like shocked, confused, overwhelmed? Do you feel confident? You have this? Do you feel angry when you have to speak English? Do you feel overwhelmed? Or it's too much pressure? Do you feel number five is a hopeful? Like you feel, I dream to do this. Do you feel disappointed or sad? Do you feel shy? Number 7 is like a shy. Do you feel confused? Like number 8? Or do you feel like 9? Like you're curious, but you don't know maybe where to go. So let's show of hands. Who feels like a number 1? No one? Good. How about number 2? Okay. How about a number 3? You get angry? How about a number 4? Okay. What about a number 5? Hopeful. What about number 6? Okay. What about a number 7? Who's shy? Okay. And what about a number 8? And a number 9? Okay. Well, thank you for participating. So, as you can see, there's mixed feelings, right? And that's completely normal, especially when you want to speak a second language. And you have to know that this will change as you go through your language experience. So you might, today, you might feel like this, but you might, in a few weeks, you might feel like a number 2, or a year or 2. You might feel like a number 2 eventually. So it's okay to go through these emotions when you're learning a second language. That's the important thing, okay? So moving on. So the key question is, what does it mean to speak confidently, right? If you want to speak confidently, you have to understand, what does it mean, okay? So there's 2 aspects, I think. You need to feel comfortable. That's one. And the second one, you have to have a good command, okay? What do I mean by that? So when I say feel comfortable, I mean speaking without self-doubt, without hesitations, without long pauses. So it means kind of having a flow. Or we say, sometimes it could also mean being fluent in a language, okay? So you're not, when I say this, when you're speaking, you're not pausing, thinking for a long time about the correct word, the correct grammar. This is when you start to feel comfortable in a language, okay? You just let it flow. You make mistakes. The second thing is good command. So when I say good command, you have to have good command or knowledge of certain vocabularies. You have to also have good command of grammar. And you also have to have a good command of pronunciation. Notice I use the word good. I don't say perfect, okay? So it's not about achieving perfection. It's about having a good base in vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation to be understood by somebody else, especially when you're speaking, okay? So moving on. Okay, so how do you get to speak, or how do you get confidence in speaking? Well, I think there's 3 things that you can focus on. One is practice. Practice is difficult for you because you're in a particular context. When you step outside of your classroom or outside of your school, you don't have those opportunities to speak English sometimes. So, but it's not impossible. You can still practice. It just, you have to find those opportunities. It's harder to find those opportunities for you in this sort of context, but it's possible. The second thing is experience, okay? It takes many years sometimes to get the confidence to speak English, okay? Think about how long you've been studying, okay? Maybe you've only been studying for a few years, okay? You still have a long journey. So with time, confidence builds, okay? And the third thing is you have to believe in your own abilities. This is key. You have to build that confidence that you are doing the right thing. You are trying your best, okay? So let's talk about those things. What can you do outside of your school or your class. Okay, there are some practical things. So these are sort of activities and tips that we're going to go through step by step. Okay, the first one is listen and repeat activities. The second one is find a friend. The third one is you can read out loud. And the fourth one is you can practice. Okay? So let me tell you what I mean by this. So the first one, listen and repeat. This is when you choose something you want to watch or listen to. And it should be fun. It should be your favorite movie, your favorite television show, a song, or even something on YouTube in English, something that you enjoy. Then you listen carefully and you listen to what the characters say or the host are saying. And then you repeat what interests you. You start to repeat what they say. Okay? And this you can take as long as you want. You can pause it, rewind, play it again, listen it again, several times, as much as you need, and keep repeating. You can even, on some of these applications, like YouTube, or if you have Netflix, something like this, you can use the English subtitles. This will help you understand what they're saying, the words they're saying. And you can identify each word. So this is great. And this, I actually, and this, you can practice your listening and speaking skills at the same time. And it's fun. It's something you enjoy or you're interested in doing. It's entertaining. Okay? I did this when I learned to speak Spanish. So that's my second language, and this is how I learned. And I used it mainly with songs and listening to the radio in Spanish. And so this is what I did. I would listen, repeat, sing, listen, repeat, pause, listen, rewind, all these things. And that's how I really got the pronunciation down and how to pronounce words, the flow of words and things like that. Okay? So the next activity, you can find a friend. Okay? You want to find one friend or a group of friends that have the same goal. So some of you probably right now have the same goal to speak more confidently. So let's just see, raise a hand. Who wants to speak more confidently in English? Okay. So we have a few. So you can see, you can find those friends. So look at everyone who's raising their hand. Those people have the same goal as you. They want to speak English more confidently. Okay? So find them. Say, oh, I saw you want to speak more confidently. Let's join together. Yes? You have the same goal. Okay? So together, what you guys can do is you can implement an English-only rule while you hang out. Okay? So this means everyone must speak English. Okay? It could be for 1 hour. It could be, if 1 hour is too long, you can start. Let's start with 10 minutes this week. Maybe next week you'll do 15 minutes. The week after you'll do 30 minutes. So you can start in small steps. Okay? Where you're just, when you hang out or spend time together, you just speak English. Okay? When you start to do this around your friends, you feel more comfortable because you can make mistakes. You can say the wrong word. You feel more comfortable than with the stranger. Okay? And this will build your confidence up and you'll open up more. Okay? So find a friend. So the third one is read out loud. Okay? So this is when you choose something to read. Again, make it fun. Make it something you're interested in. If you're interested in sports, read about sports. If you're interested in movies, read about movies. Read something you like to read. Okay? It could be a novel, nonfiction, a comic, a news article, anything. Okay? Spend 30 minutes reading every day. Okay? And that read silently. Don't read out loud at first. Just read the article or the piece of information. 30 minutes. Then spend 30 minutes reading out loud. So you're vocalizing it. Okay? This will develop your reading skills, but it also will develop your vocabulary as well as your pronunciation skills and your intonation. Okay? How you say sentences, words, things like this. If you're unsure how to pronounce a word, don't worry about it. You can always look it up later with a learner's dictionary, Google, or now even YouTube have these pronunciation videos. But don't get too caught up if you don't understand a word. It's okay. I will give you an example. I'm finishing my doctorate now, and sometimes there's words I don't know. I look over it, and if I still understand the passage, I keep going. If I don't understand the passage, I go and look it up. So you should use that same approach. Okay? And the last one is practice. Okay? Well, how do you practice in this context? Well, you need to practice, and more practice. Okay? But you need to be consistent in your practice. Okay? So language, when you start to speak a second language, it's a journey. It takes time. It takes experience. So you want to make sure you set aside some time every day to practice English. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes when you practice. It's not about perfection. And if you come along long or complicated words, just stop, breathe, and then continue. So again, I can't tell you this more than once, but speaking a second language is not about perfection. It's about being able to communicate with somebody else and being understood. So once you understand that, you will start to build your confidence. If that's your main goal. Okay. Well, now there's some activities you can create at school, okay? And I will need some volunteers for these things, okay? So I need some brave people in a second. But so I need some brave souls to help me up here to demonstrate some of these activities. So let me talk about the first one. The first one is you can have mini debates, okay? Has anyone heard of a debate? Yes? Okay. So mini debates is where you have a short debate about something fun or interesting topics with your classmates. Okay? What do you need? It's very simple. You need a topic. You need two teams. And you need one team to agree about the statement. And you need one team to disagree about the statement or the topic. And it's good to have a timer, okay? This is just to control so you don't go overboard, really. And you don't go, you don't spend too much time. Okay. So we're going to practice this. And this is my topic that I want to talk about. So, durian is a very famous fruit in Indonesia. Yeah. And I think some people love it, and I think some people hate it. It's a love-hate. So, the topic is durian is the best fruit in Indonesia. Okay. So what I need 3 people who agree and 3 people who disagree about this topic. Okay, so 3 people who agree, and you're going to debate this in front of everyone right now. Who would like to come up? Who agrees? Yeah, 3 agree and 3 disagree. Good. We have 1 soul. Okay. No, stand up. Stand up. You're going to participate? Stand up. Okay. Do you agree or disagree? 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 You agree or disagree? You agree? 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 Disagree. Okay. Okay. So, this is how we're going to do it. Okay? This side agrees. This side disagrees. Okay? So, we will give you 1 minute, okay, to tell us why durian is the best fruit in Indonesia. Okay? All right. Yeah. Yes. Why you agree. And you can discuss. You want a second to discuss? Okay, I'll give you a couple seconds to think about it, and you guys are going to tell us why it isn't. Okay. No, I just want to get my timer. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, I have the timer, so you'll have 1 minute to say why durian is the best fruit in Indonesia.
Okay, so why durian is the best fruit in Indonesia? Because durian tastes good for us, although the smell is very bad. Also, durian has good nutrition for our body. We can maybe get stronger after eating durian. 5 durians, 6 durians, and etc. Durians is also one of local fruit in Indonesia. So as an Indonesian, we should like durian. We should embrace durian as one of our culture. Maybe that's all I can say about durian. Thank you.
Good job. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready to tell us what? Okay. Why it's not?
Okay, so I will explain why durian is not the best fruit in Indonesia. The first thing, durian it's really smells bad. Not everyone will like it. Maybe some people will throw it in trash. And after we eat durian with our hand, the scent it won't go even after we wash our hand. So yeah, maybe some people don't like it, and when open it, it's so dangerous because the skin is spiked. There's spike on it. And a few tragedy in Indonesia is durian hit someone's head and almost kill the people. That's why.
Good job. Give them a round of applause. That was great. So you see, was that fun? Yeah. Yeah, I think you can have fun and you can have so many different topics. Wait, guys. Ooh. Before you sit down. Wait. Ooh. Yes. They get a t-shirt. Yeah, for participating, you get a t-shirt for your help. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being so brave. Okay. What is this? I need my bag. Yeah, just the gray. You see that gray? Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so that is one activity you can do. I think it's very easy, very fun. Okay. So another activity that you can do is you can create a conversation club here. And this is where you can have short conversations about any topic, really. Okay. It could be held once a week. It could be held more than once a week. It could be held once a month. Whatever depends on your availability. It could be at the school library. It could be in class with your teachers. And it also could be outside of school. You can have conversation clubs. Okay? So what do you need? You just need topics. You need 2 or more members. And you need one person to take turns talking about the topic while the others ask questions. Okay? And this is optional. You can have a timer just so you can talk about a lot of different topics, or you can control someone limit on talking about a topic. But you don't have to have a timer. It's just if you have a set amount of time, it's good to have one. Okay. Do you guys want to try this? Okay. So I need 4 volunteers. Yeah, 4 volunteers. I have one volunteer. Who else is coming? 2? Oh, I have 2. 2 more are coming? Okay, we'll wait for you. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're going to pretend like we're a part of a conversation club, okay? We need everyone to listen so you can see, okay? So one person is going to pick a topic and then talk about the topic while other people try to ask questions, okay? You try to ask follow-up questions, okay? Who wants to choose the topic? Okay.
What types of
Exercises.
what types of exercises do people do in your country and why?
Did everyone hear the topic? The topic is, what types of exercises do people do in your country and why?
Well, in Indonesia, we usually do like jogging or maybe swimming as well. We also have like also have football and badminton as well, soccer, and all that in Indonesia.
Okay. And one of you ask a question? Ask her her question.
Is there any traditional sports or exercise from Indonesia?
Yes, there is. There's also Chak Silat and others like that. Sorry, no.
What usually people in Indonesia do?
Well, we usually do soccer and bicycling, as well as swimming as well.
Apa ada yang lain?
What is Indonesian most famous exercise?
Well, the one I usually know is soccer one.
So let's try another topic.
The topic is, what are types of costumes and tradition that you practice in your culture?
We have many traditions in our culture. It's many
So you want to go? You chose the topic, so you talk about it.
So there's many traditional thing in Indonesia, like we have a lot of traditional food, we have traditional games and also sports. We also have a variative traditional clothes. Any question? Biasanya apa? The most famous tradition.
What the most famous traditional costume in Indonesian?
As I know, the most famous traditional costume from Indonesia is from Java, like West Java, East Java, and Middle Java. Anything more?
What are the most famous cultures in Indonesia? Edna?
Culture. No, budaya apa? Kalimantan. Hmm. Gimana? The most famous culture. Iya, apaan sih?
The most famous culture is budaya Kalimantan, Java, Sumatera.
So maybe the most famous culture from Indonesia is mostly from Java, Sulawesi, Kalimantan, or even Papua, Bali, something like that. This is kind of hard topic.
I guess no.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, give them a round of applause. So you can see that this would probably be more, they'd probably be more comfortable not in front of you speaking. Yes. So normally you wouldn't have to translate. You just speak freely. It's not about perfection. So I'm sure these girls were nervous because they're in front of you speaking.
Yeah, because of the voice.
Yes. But normally it should be more, that you wouldn't care about the actual question. You would just freely ask whether you make mistakes or not. Yeah, it's about getting more comfortable and relax, speak in English. Okay? So I want to thank you. I have a gift for you as well. Yeah, thank you so much for your participating. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Well done. So, okay, moving on. So, I think these are two easy activities that you can implement at your school if you're not doing it already. Okay. So, the last thing I want to share are resources, okay? So this is kind of for the teachers. I know, where are the teachers in here? Teachers? There are some teachers. Okay, teachers in the back. Teachers maybe outside. Hello, teachers outside. Okay. So this is kind of for the teachers, but it also could kind of be for the students. The U.S. State Department has developed a website, I'm sure, I think some of you know, and it's called American English Website. And on this website, there's so many great resources for teachers and for students, to be honest, that you can use. So there's games, there's free music. This is probably for students. There's books. There's free books you can read on there. There's songs in English as well. You can also find information about how to build an English club with texts and books, free books there. There's also comics for language learners. So if you're into comics, you can find comics on that website. It's free. And for teachers, especially, there's professional development webinars. So there's webinars, there's free MOOCs, free classes for you, courses, there's free manuals, and there's also free books. So definitely use this site. It is quality. It is developed by English language fellows from the U.S. State Department all around the world. Okay? And so we take a lot of time to develop the materials and post them on the website. So for the teachers, actually, I brought some resources for you guys. So this is like games for students. We also brought some books for teachers that you can use with your students. So it's all in that bag, and that's for teachers. And we really appreciate that. So maybe it's useful for. Okay, so that concludes my presentation. And we can open the floor for questions if you have any questions. Hello, Embassy.
Okay, thanks to Miss Gina Karlin for the lessons. And the next agenda is interactive dialogue that will be guided by Felasafi from student of 8th grade. Please, to all teachers and students, you can ask some questions to Miss Gina.
Yes.
So for students who have some question, maybe you can just ask your question that will be asked by Miss Gina. You can go.
You need a mic. You can shout. You can shout. We can hear you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello. I'm great, thank you.
Many people said that he should be able to speak fluently in public is confident, right? But most people still find it difficult to apply English awareness when appearing in public. So, how do you control yourself to stay calm and not get offended when speaking in public? Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
What is the question? Control what? What are you specifically asking? Control what? Oh, to stay, so you're relaxed and you don't have anxiety? Yeah, I think you have to kind of just get out there and start practicing with people outside the school. But it's really good to start, like I said today, with talking with your friends, having English clubs, debates. This will build your confidence. So when you do go outside and try to speak with someone that is a stranger in another language, you will naturally feel more comfortable with more practice. Yeah?
That's it? Okay, thank you, Miss Gina, for the answer. I hope it will help your question. Move on to the next question, maybe from the boys.
Hello, Miss Gina.
Hello.
My name is Aksa from 7th grade, Al-Hamidiyah Junior High School. So my question is, can we improve our English skills by watching movies or film or some films? Thank you.
Great question. Thank you. Yeah, I think you can. I think you can, if you practice, you can just watch freely, right? And, you know, or you can do what I said, I suggested, where you listen and repeat. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to listen and repeat everything you watch, right? It doesn't have to be a practice. You can just watch movies in English or TV, but I suggest sometimes to use the subtitles when you do it. Yeah, but I think this is a great, and it's a fun way to improve your English.
Thank you, Ms. Gina. Is there others want to ask some question? Maybe the girls? Yes?
Oper ke belakang. Oper belakang.
Langsung aja ini mah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, Miss Gina.
Hello.
I wish you have a good morning today. My name is Naura Cahyaruna, a representative from Second Junior High School. I want to ask you, how can you be confident speaking in front of people using a foreign language? Because sometimes I feel nervous and I feel having mistakes in pronunciation or in vocabulary. Maybe enough. Thank you, Miss Gina.
Thank you. That's a great question. So I think one thing is applying some of the things I discussed today will help you. But the main thing you have to understand, and this kind of affects your fluency, is that, is everyone listening? Yeah. That speaking a foreign language is not about perfection. You are going to make mistakes. You're going to make grammar mistakes. You're going to make pronunciation mistakes. You're going to make vocabulary mistakes. And that is okay. The point is that the other person understands you. That's the key, right? So you have to kind of, at some point, let go and be open to mistakes. Okay?
Thank you, Miss Gina. I think it was a very clear answer for that. So, is there anyone else want to ask?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, Miss Gina.
Hello.
My question is accent important to speak in English? If I was an Indonesian and I'm talking to someone else that is not an Indonesian also.
Great question about accents. Yes, this has been debated for several years in English language, okay? So no, it is not important to reach a native level accent. That shouldn't be your goal, okay? You're always going to have your identity. You're always going to be Indonesian, speaking a second language, speaking English as a second language. And you should cherish that. That's important. That's what makes you unique, okay? So it's okay to have an accent when you speak a second language. This is very normal, okay? The only time it impacts your English is if we don't understand a word, but that's with pronunciation, not with your accent, okay? There's a big difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Gina. So it does mean that if we speak English, we don't have to do it American accent or British accent, just flow it with ourselves.
Exactly.
Thank you. And the next question from the girls want to ask.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning, Miss Gina.
Good morning.
It's nice to meet you here. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Sekar Ayu from 8th grade. I want to ask about how is your reaction towards Indonesian people who come to your country could do speech with English fluently? Thank you.
Can you repeat that question one more time? Can everyone, I can't hear actually. Yeah.
How is your opinion? How is your opinion towards Indonesian people come to your country and could do speech with English fluently?
Who can speak or can?
Can.
Can.
Yeah.
Okay. What is my impression of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. No, I think it's great when someone can speak. Thank you. I think it's great when someone can speak English fluently, but I don't think it's the most important thing, actually. I think when I'm back home or even abroad, I travel a lot. A lot of people are not native level or fluent, as you would say, in English, but I understand them. That's the most important thing, is I understand that we can communicate, okay? So, yeah, it's great if someone is fluent. It's easier to talk to, but it's also okay. I can still talk to people who are not fluent. Okay.
Thank you for the answer, Ms. Gina. Is there any other questions, maybe from the boys? Please stand up.
Hello, Miss Gina. Good morning. My name is Saridor Raudan Zulfi, and my question is: do you have tips for us to understand a sentence if we are talking with a native? Because all you know, their English is a bit different.
Yeah, if you don't understand someone speaking, you just ask them to repeat. Yes, can you please say that again? I didn't understand that. So you can ask people to, repeat, or you can ask them to say it in another way. Yeah, so that you understand. Okay, if you ever get in that situation.
Thank you so much for the answer, Miss Gina, and I hope it could answer all of their question. And I know there's so much more that would ask, so from the girls, who want to go for more?
Good morning and hello, Miss Gina.
Hello.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Namira. I am from the first grade of junior high school. I have a question. Ever since you've come to Indonesia, what was your first impression about the Indonesian culture, about how they look different than others? Thank you. That's all for my question.
Great question. Well, to be honest, I love the Indonesian culture because it's so diverse. I think, all the places, because of the different cultures, the different languages. I think it's super interesting, the different religions as well. But I actually adjusted quite well to Indonesia because I've lived abroad for a long time. So when I was When I was in the UAE, Dubai, for 12 years, there's lots of Indonesians there. I've also lived in other parts of Asia before, so I'm quite used to adjusting to different cultures and languages. Oh, okay. That's okay. Uh, I don't want to be late.
One more.
Maybe one more. Yeah.
After this.
Okay.
Good morning and hello, Miss Gina.
Hello.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Namira from the first grade of junior high school. Here I have a question. What was your first impression about Indonesia's culture? Because how they look different than others.
Thank you.
That's all the question.
Thank you for the great question, actually. So when I first arrived to Indonesia, I was quite impressed about the diverse cultures within Indonesia, the diverse languages, different cultures from different islands. And I just think it's very fascinating to see how, it is in Indonesia, especially with different religions and acceptance of all these different cultures, languages, and religions. So I think it's quite beautiful. And I've had experience living in other countries before. So it was quite easy for me to adjust to this culture, actually. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, there is another question from here. Please.
Okay. One more question? Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Gina.
Good morning.
My name is Arina from first grade of junior high school. I have a question. English is the international language. How can we be fluent in English when English is not a common language in our country? Thank you.
Can you repeat that? I can't hear.
English is the international language. How can we be fluent in English when English is not a common language in our country? Thank you.
Excellent question. Yeah, so as I started the presentation today, you need to practice, right? But the practice opportunities in your culture and in your country is quite difficult. But you have to realize it's not impossible. So you have to think, what are your resources? For instance, who speaks English in your school, in your class? Some of your teachers, some of your classmates, some of your friends. Who speaks English outside? Maybe your brother, your sister, your mom, your parents, your cousin. So you need to find these opportunities where you can practice. Or you create your opportunities by forming an English club, for instance. Okay?
Thank you so much, Miss Gina.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a lot more students who want to ask, but as I know that you have a limited time, so maybe we could just cut the question and answer session right here. That's all I can be as a moderator. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. I just want to thank you all for having me today. It's been, actually this was my first experience at a school in Indonesia since I've been here. And it was really a pleasure to meet you all and see your environment and see what you're doing here. So I really want to thank you for having me, inviting me. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys again. Thank you.
Thank you to Miss Gina for having the time and dialogue with us. It is nice to meet you in this moment.
May we can increase our knowledge in English, and may this program can motivate us to speak English more confidently. Amen. The last agenda is closing. Before we close the agenda is giving souvenir to Miss Gina, to Miss Pasuyatno. The last agenda is closing. Let us close our agenda by reading Hamdalah. Alhamdulillah. But before we leave this room, we should pray first. And this prayer will be led by Kiai Haji Abdul Rashid Marhali LC. To Kiai Haji Abdul Rashid Marhali LC, time and place is yours.
Mohon tenang. Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim. Maliki yaumiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. استغفر الله العظيم استغفر الله العظيم استغفر الله العظيم لك الحمد يا مولانا يا معبود يا كريم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين حمد الناعمين حمدا يوافي نعمه ويكافئ مزيده. يا ربنا لك الحمد ولك الشكر كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك الكريم وعظيم سلطانك. سبحانك لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك فلك الحمد حتى ترضى ولك الحمد إذا رضيت لك الحمد بعد رضا. الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا وعملا صالحا متقبلا. اللهم افتح لنا فتوح العارفين وفهم النبيين وحفظ المرسلين وإلهام الملائكة المقربين واجعلنا من العلماء العاملين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اجعل أولادنا وطلابنا وطالباتنا من أهل العلم والخير وأهل القرآن وأهل الطاعة والاستقامة ولا تجعلنا وإياهم من أهل الجهر والضير والعصيان والبعث. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا هب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Okay, pay attention for the students who ask some questions to Miss Gina. We'll get the souvenir from her, and you have to meet me to get the souvenir after the event. This is, yeah, the pen and this for the students who ask questions to her. Okay, thank you.
Dear audiences, thank you for your nice attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.